Unit 3, Lesson 5, Circumference versus Area. I can determine the difference between word problems asking for circumference and those asking for area. I can find the area of a circle given the circumference, and I can find the circumference of a circle given the area. So our warm-up today is a drag and drop. I need to find the area, or I need to find the circumference. So you want to know how long it will take you to walk around a circular pond. Well, you're going around it, so that has to be circumference. A circular table has a diameter of 60 inches, and you want to know how much fabric is needed to cover the tabletop. Well, if I'm covering something, then that's area. A car's wheel spins 1,000 revolutions per minute. The diameter on the wheels is 23 inches. You want to know how fast the car is traveling. Well, that's got to be circumference because we're talking about the outside of the wheel and a distance. A circular puzzle is 20 inches in diameter. All of the pieces are about the same size. You want to know about how many pieces there are. So I'm going to take a circular puzzle, and I have a diameter, so I want to split that puzzle. So it's going to be an area that I'm splitting. All right. So now it says, take me out to the ball game. So they want to know how long is the fence around the field. So if you've never been to the baseball park, we're going to have to go because the Wood Ducks games are awesome. But there is a fence all the way around in all major league parks and at the Wood Ducks park. So it goes all the way around the outside. So I'm looking for the circumference. So they've given me the radius. So I'm going to use the formula C equals 2 pi r. So I know that the radius in this case is 250. All right, so I end up with, in my handy dandy calculator, 2 times 3.14 times 250. And I get 1,570 feet. But that's just the whole circle. I don't have a whole circle. I have 1/4 of a circle. So I'm going to have to divide this by 4. So I end up with 392.5 feet. And that's still not enough because I still have the edges. So each of these are going to be 250. So I'm going to take 392.5 and I'm going to add 250 plus another 250 to get the whole distance. So I got the part of the circle by dividing by 4, but now I've got to add on the rest. So I end up with 892.5 feet. Then they're asking me how big the outfield is. So I have to think about the outfield, and then I have to take off part of it. So we're going to have to do some thinking here. All right, so we've got our outfield, and that's 1/4 of a circle. So we're going to have to do the circumference, not the circumference formula, my area formula. So area equals pi times the radius squared. So area equals 3.14 times 250 squared. So in my calculator, I'm going to do 3.14 times 250 times 250, and I end up with a huge number. Well, again, that's the whole circle, and I only have 1/4, so I'm going to divide by 4. And I end up with 49,000 there we go, and that's going to be feet squared. Now, I have the infield in my baseball diamond. So I have this infield section. So I'm going to have to somehow take that out. So I have to find the area of that circle. So I'm going to have to think, okay, what's happening here? I have another circle, so I'm going to switch colors. I'm going to do pi times the radius squared because I'm going to find the area of that circle. So I have 3.14. Now the radius is only going to be 55 of this circle. So in my calculator, I'm going to do 3.14 times 55 times 55, and I get 9,498.5. So I want to remove that, so I'm actually going to subtract. So I'm going to do 49 minus and figure out what I have left. Now, this isn't going to be perfect because there's this extra little bit right here. So, and I know that. And I end up with 39,564 feet squared. So that's going to be about how big my outfield is. Now I realize I still have, about a triangle over here, but I really have no way of figuring that part out. All right, so for our next one, we're revisiting this track problem that we did last week. And now they want to know about the area of the track going around the field. So I have to figure out the space here. That's what they're asking about. So it's one of those inside-outside circles, just kind of a crazy one. So we're going to find the area of the outside rim, and then we're going to find the area of the inside rim. So the area of the outside rim is going to be 2 half circles. So we've got area equals pi r squared, and we're going to have 73 plus 9.76 on this side and 9.76 on this side. And we have to divide that by 2. So let's figure out the diameter and then we'll find the radius. 9.76 plus 73 plus 9.76 divided by 2. I end up with a radius of 46.26. And that's going to be squared. And I end up with an area of 6,719. And we're going to say 0.6 because I'm going to round that up. Now they're asking us, we still didn't include the area of this rectangle that's inside here. So we have to figure out our dimensions of our rectangle. So it's definitely going to have a length of 84.39, but our width is going to have those extra 9.76s added to it. So 73 plus 9.76 plus 9.76, I again get 92.52, and I'm going to multiply that by 84.39, and that'll give us the area of the inside of this. Well, the inside of all of this, I should really say all of this. So I get 7,807.8. I'm going to round that one too. So now I have to add this together, and that's going to give me my outer circle.
core teachers, please check over your PowerSchool to make sure that your classes are aligned correctly and let me know if they are not in terms of students.
Okay, so that's going to be the outside.
And also just a reminder that today we do not have office hours, so you can leave after the 3:30 time frame. Thank you.
Okay, so now I have to find the inner circle. So that's the inside. So I'm going to do that on this side. And this one's going to be easier because I'm not going to have to add as much. So now I'm just finding a regular half circle. So I'm going to do the radius of that. So pi times radius squared. So 3.14, and then I have to take this 73 and divide it in half. So I get 36.5. And I'm squaring that. So I end up with 4,183 we're going to round that to 4,183.3. Now we also have to include the inside part here. So we're going to do 73 times 84.39. And I get 6,160.5. So I have 10,343.8 meters squared. So that's the inside. So I want to subtract the inside out. So I'm going to subtract 14,527.4 minus 10,343.8, and I end up with 4,183.6 meters squared. So my final answer is just the inside, the yellow bit, all the way around, and it's 4,183.6 square meters. Now you're going to go ahead and do your cool down about the difference between area and circumference. If you need help, you're going to go ahead and make an appointment on Calendly, email a study buddy, or check out the extra practice links on Khan Academy.